Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers are signing free agent guard. This offseason has been incredibly quiet for the Los Angeles Lakers. With just weeks to go before the new season, the roster looks nearly identical to how it did at the end of 2023-24 when they were pushed out of the playoffs in the opening round by the Denver Nuggets. But the Lakers could be adding a new recruit soon. According to Chris Haynes, free agent guard Jordan Goodwin has agreed to a training camp deal with the Lakers. Goodwin, a 25-year-old guard who was undrafted in 2021, has moved around a lot during his several years in the league. He got his start playing for the Washington Wizards before moving to the Phoenix Suns and Memphis Grizzlies. Last season, Goodwin averaged 6.5 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 2.7 assists. Goodwin's shooting skills are lacking at times, and he earned a 36.9% field goal percentage last season as well as a 29.8% three-point percentage. Because of that, he has an uphill battle to earn a long-term spot with the Lakers. He will have to prove himself in other ways, particularly his defensive skills. As all Lakers fans know, defense is a weak spot for the team, so Goodwin could impress if he does that well. The Lakers have been hoping to add depth to their roster, and they want multiple players capable of filling all positions. Being point guard for the Lakers is a tricky job, especially since they play closely with LeBron James, who is almost always the floor general running plays. Goodwin will be attending training camp in hopes of making an impact with the team, although his future with them is not guaranteed. Lakers superstar predicted to land 3-year, $212 million contract. The Los Angeles Lakers extended LeBron James this offseason on a 2-year, $104 million contract with a player option in 2025-26 and a no-trade clause. Keeping James around was significant for the Lakers, but Anthony Davis, their other superstar, could be the next player's contract they need to figure out. Davis can earn more than James due to the amount of years on his potential contract. Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report predicted his next deal, predicting that he'd sign a 3-year, $212.2 million contract. Antetokounmpo, 29, of the Milwaukee Bucks and Davis, 31, of the Los Angeles Lakers will earn $58.5 million for 2026-27, with player options for 2027-28 at $62.79 million. Jokic, 29, of the Denver Nuggets is slightly higher at $59 million and $62.84 million. All three can void their options years and extend next summer, adding 3 additional seasons each, starting at $65.5 million for a total of $212.2 million. By waiting a year, extending during the 2026-27 season, those numbers can grow to $293.4 million for Davis over 4 years, limited by the over 38 rule, Pincus wrote on September 3. With James only getting older and potentially retiring by the 2027-28 season, the Los Angeles Lakers could head in a different direction. While keeping Davis would be the logical thing to do due to his talent, the Lakers might not want to have a contract of $212.2 million on their books when they're rebuilding. However, as the Lakers have proven time and time again, they often find a way to land high-end free agents. When James retires, they could be right in the mix to sign the next star who hits the open market. There looks to be one that they're already focusing on. Kevin O'Connor of The Ringer said on the Mismatch podcast that the Lakers have their sights set on Luka Doncic. I've reported on this podcast and on The Ringer how they have their sights set for Luka Doncic in the future, O'Connor said in August. We'll see if that works out. Dallas just made a finals. Dallas is looking better than ever with their supporting cast. That may not work out, but the Lakers, by not trading their future picks, clearly are still thinking long-term at this point. They're not going all in like you might expect many teams to do with James. If the Lakers landed Doncic, Davis would be the ideal center to pair with him. The 31-year-old has dealt with injuries throughout his career, but has been reliable for the Los Angeles Lakers over the past 2 seasons. He played in all of the team's playoff games over the past 2 years and appeared in 76 regular season games last campaign. When Davis is on the court, his value is clear for the Lakers. He averaged 24.7 points, 12.6 rebounds, and 2.3 blocks in 2023-24. His performance earned him a first-team All-Defense nod and second-team All-NBA. Davis hasn't been an MVP-caliber player, not receiving any votes since 2019-2020, but his play last season shows he still has that type of talent. Depending on what the Lakers do, Davis should be a part of their plans. $212.2 million is the price of a player as good as him. $30.2 million bruising center named as Lakers trade target. After missing out on bruising center Jonas Valanciunas in free agency, the Los Angeles Lakers could revisit him as a trade target, according to The Athletic's Jovan Buha. There was some interest obviously, and he was on LeBron's list, Buha said of Valanciunas on his podcast Buha's Block on August 30th. So I think the Lakers will probably revisit that, but I don't think there's as much interest as a guy like Wendell Carter or some of these other guys that have popped up. I view Jonas like a mid to low-tier trade target for the Lakers. Valanciunas was on LeBron James' shortlist he was willing to take a pay cut for in free agency. But the Lithuanian center opted for a sign-and trade with the Washington Wizards for a 3-year, $30.2 million deal. The 6'11" Valanciunas is not trade eligible until December 15th, making it increasingly likely the Lakers will run it back at the start of the season. It seems like all the public messaging has been, even the recent comments from Jeannie Buss sounded like they want to see what this group looks like under J.J. Redick, Buha said. The Lakers roster is currently full, meaning they could only make changes via trade. In July, Redick was upfront about his wish to have a bruising big man to help Anthony Davis counter the centers of the Western Conference contenders. You certainly have to look at what I think is actually a very good roster, a very balanced roster, Redick said in an interview with Justin Turman and Eddie Johnson on Sirius XM NBA radio during the NBA Summer League. We tried, but we'd love to, at some point, get another 5-man, a big bruising 5-man. You look at the Western Conference right now, whether it's Denver, Minnesota, OKC with what they added, certainly Memphis, they're going to be back in the hunt, they added Zach Edey, certain matchups in the playoffs, you're going to need a lot of size. Valanciunas, a former 5th overall pick, has earned a 12-year NBA career by his bruising style in the paint with a sweet mid-range jumper. Last season, Valanciunas averaged a double-double, 14.5 points and 11.0 rebounds, for the Pelicans. However, Buha pointed out that Valanciunas was never a solid rim protector and was slow in pick-and-roll defenses. But as a post defender, which Redick wanted, Valanciunas is a wide-bodied center who can help ease Davis's burden against Nikola Jokic, Rudy Gobert, Edey and Isaiah Hartenstein, who the Oklahoma City Thunder signed in free agency. Aside from Valanciunas, the Lakers also eyed a reunion with Wizards star Kyle Kuzma. In July, Lakers Daily's Anthony Irwin reported that the team's most substantive trade talk is with Wizards for Kuzma. Washington just last season came very close to trading Kuzma to the Dallas Mavericks, but wound up keeping him once Kuzma let it be known he didn't want to be in Dallas over concerns they weren't close enough to winning a championship. Unfortunately for him, Dallas played in this year's championship series. League and team sources have maintained over the last year or so that Kuzma would welcome a return to Los Angeles, just as the Lakers would love to have him back, Irwin wrote. Will the Lakers shoot for Kuzma and Valanciunas in the same trade after December 15th? It will depend on how the start of the season shakes out under Redick and how desperate they would feel to surround James and Davis with more talent. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jonas Valanciunas? Leave your opinion in the comments.